Yeah, Mo, I'm about to just run this jump. I was gonna sit up there and try to go live, but I'll just upload it later. That full moon in Rohini, Taurus, you dig what I'm saying? Taurus is the moon's exaltation. You dig what I'm saying? So it's a happy, fertile state of mind. It's like the things that's on your mind during this time that's been on your mind will grow, and that's good or bad. Like this star just has the ability to make things grow. It'll nurture whatever you put in the soil. You dig what I'm saying? It's a fixed earth star and a fixed earth sign. So very stable, very stubborn, very stuck in his way, very dedicated towards nurturing whatever you want to grow, right? So that's the chart. Full moon was on 27th of November, 4:17 a.m. Full moon is the outward expression of the things that were present during the time of the new moon and its intentions. New moon, like in agriculture and like the almanac, you plant seeds during new moon, they grow, they sprout into something. The brand new cycle at time of the full moon. You know what I'm saying? So the new moon seeds and intentions was that of Libra. So that's partnership, that's business, that's economics, that's exchange, trade, travel. The star was Vishakha. That's the star of purpose, determination. It's about reaching a goal. The power is to make manifest and achieve many fruits, right? So whatever seed was planted, you might have been thinking about like, man, how I'm gonna get some money, and then who I gotta do business with to get this money, and really make sure we kind of on top of things. First thing in economics, right, is a firm. Of the word firm means to be stable, to be solidly. You dig what I'm saying? So firm, like when you going in business with somebody, you making families, all those type of things, y'all gotta be firm in y'all principles, because you gotta be firm in your values, because it's full moon in Taurus, right? And then you gotta be firm in your interactions, how you handle things with that new moon in Libra. Okay, cool. So full moon phase in Taurus, sign of values, finance, possessions, family, your wealth, your immediate resources, the things that keep you growing, your food habits, right? The things that you eat. The star of Rohini is the star of growth and creativity. It is represented by an ox cart. That's about, trade, going to the marketplace. It's a star of merchants, right? It got correspondence to the marketplace. Anything with economics, right? You got an ox, you got a cart, you can get some money, you get around. You got an ox cart, not only is you able to like just take things from here and there, but you be able to go some distance, so much you can do. All right, boom. The star of the moon in this transit is the star of Rohini. It's the star of ascent. Ascent means to move upwards, or go upwards, right? So the Shakti for Rohini is Rohana Shakti. That gives the power to grow. Things that make you move up in life. You dig what I'm saying? Or just things that go up, The basis above is water. The basis below is plants or medicinal herbs. Together, this brings the desire to find a lover and unite with him or her. And I wonder why that was like, why medicinal herb, why water? What's the basis, right? The power to grow, of the basis above, is higher. Representation is that of water, because water is replenishing, it is nourishing, it is purifying. The basis below is medicinal herbs, because if not drinking enough water won't flush your system out, you can grab some herbs, some epigac, or I don't know the actual name for the diuretics and stuff like that, and it'll help like get rid of all the little toxins in it, right? Together, this brings the desire to find a lover and unite with him or her. I would guess that's because after the purgation, you will want to grow all good things and feelings, moon, and ideas about yourself and your environment. But it's going, because it's self first, it's inside, then out, it's going to spill out, but those with moon and Taurus got this thing where it's like inside, they really are very fulfilled, very content. You dig what I'm saying? They ain't really going to complain about things, right? And they stubborn. So their outside environment could look like total hell, but inside they really are not really inclined to be stressing any of that. Okay, cool. So now, next down, the presiding deity is the Prajapatis, right? Those are the lords of created beings. Prajapati and Brahma are of the nature of Rajas Guna. Rajas is thought to be passionate, fiery, creative, active. It has the temperament of smoke and heat, so it's like it kind of come and go, right? Because the Rogers Guna is checked by the Thomas Guna, so too much Rogers is gonna be some ignorance that's gonna come up, right? And that's in that ignorance, so the Thomas is there to like put an end to all that, right? That's because what is Rogers is Brahma. Brahma and Rohini star Saraswati, one of Brahma's mind-born daughters, was born, and he became infatuated with her, right? And from that infatuation, an incestuous lust had grown, and this nigga grew another head. So he had 5 heads. He had 4, and then grew a 5th one called Shatarupa. And that 5th head was so obsessed with, so obsessed with the fertility and the power of growth that was manifested in Saraswati, right? That Rudra, one of Brahma's others, mind-born son, right? The Rudra or Shiva, created a little demon to go take his head off. He had to check that. You dig what I'm saying? So the animal totem of Rohini, it probably get deeper than that, but I don't want to make it too long because I ain't going live. I wouldn't care, but alright. So the animal totem of Rohini is the serpent. Serpents. I'm really just telling you about this stuff. So serpents is sensual, sexual, mystical, possessive, defensive. You dig what I'm saying? They change shape and forms, right? They live in Patala Loka, which presides over, it's like underneath earth. It presides over precious minerals and gems that come from the earth, right? They kind of decide like, all right, we're going to put some jumps up. But you got to understand, serpents, dragons, and all those things are hoarders. You feel me? So likewise, Rohini natives, and just to start Rohini, the next 2 weeks, it started to be passionate, sensual. You may have to deal with some possessiveness. You may have to deal with a bit of mystery. You may have to deal with some type of form of conflict, jealousies, shit like that, like, sexual things. So those with like serpent yonis, if I'm not mistaken, they are very possessive over their own, but in the same vein, it could be some very sneaky things going on. I don't really want to speak on that because I kind of peep some things, and I ain't gonna bab. I'm making them moves to try like do certain shit, so I ain't even trying to, So just a little jump about Rohini. Rohini is the favorite wife of Chandra, right? He was married to the 27 daughters of Daksha. Daksha is one of the chief Prajapatis, right? So, but Daksha, he got a very hot temperament. That's Raja's nature. So he's excited and shit, but then he get too excited that he say things and he might curse things, and that's just how the creative nature is. It's like, it's born out of a certain type of heat and lust, but it still got to be checked or you get your ass rocked to sleep. So Moon during his travels had decided to spend majority of his time with his wife Rohini, and this was after being married to the 27 wives. Now, in the Puranic tales, right, due because Chandra has a son who is Mercury, the planet of speech and communication, right? Pattern recognition. He had a son Mercury out of wedlock with the wife of Jupiter. So having custody, or knowing that that's his son, and because it was a married woman, so she's back in her merge. So having custody of the young prince, Chandra placed him in the care of his 27 wives. But most of his wives kind of treated Mercury with a certain biasness. They didn't like him. It's like, oh, yeah, he had that. That's not my. He had that baby with somebody else type shit. You know how women are. You know how that is, right? So they was not caring of the prince. All except the wives Kritika and Rohini. Now, Kritika are the nurses to Kartikeya. Kritika is the Pleiades system. Those are the nurses. So even Zeus, when Zeus was born and all of that, or certain like mythological characters was born, they, as a baby, when it's, motherfuckers out and they being like picked on and all that shit, they put the little divine child and the divine prince within the care of the Pleiades. They are the nurses. So Critica is the exaltation point of the moon, 3rd degree of Taurus. That's Critica. But the moon favorite star and the rest of the sign and all that is that's Multricone and own sign. Moon kind of operates as if that's his sign, right? So, Critica take care of him first, because Critica comes before Rohini, but Critica kind of a little impartial too. Like, what the fuck? Now, if you know any Critica natives are of the sheep or the ram yoni, and those with sheep and ram yoni kind of got like a little, I don't know if it's apprehension in marital bliss and sexual life and shit like that. But they don't really have that much confidence. Like, just things set them off, and they don't, in my observations. All right, boom. So then the next one is Rohini. Right? Rohini being his favorite wife. Rohini took in Mercury as her own. Mercury is a child that represent things that need nourishment, nurture, care, and stability. Rohini has the power to grow. Moon is lord of vegetation and growth. So Moon just love that sign because, you're good for growth. You're good for fertility. You are good to make sure that others find a certain peace of mind, some type of emotional anchor and stability. You dig what I'm saying? So Moon being a petty kind of planet, it was like, what the fuck? Y'all want to treat my son impartial? Well, I'm going to do the same to you. And he spent all his time with Rohini. You dig what I'm saying? The opposite to Rohini is the star Jayesta. Jayesta is in Scorpio. That's envy. That's possessiveness. That's betrayal. That's snitching and shit like that. That's, poisoning somebody because your feelings was hurt, right? So Jayesta, she was jealous. She didn't like this blatant display of favoritism. So she went to, even though they did that to his son. So she went to tell her father, Daksha, about what she felt was an injustice. Now, Daksha being hot temper as a Prajapati, right? It's one with the Rajas and he loses his head like his father, Brahma, right? And curses the moon to, fall victim to consumption, where his light will wane for 15 days until he is ugly and there's nothing more, right? So upon hearing this curse, the wise immediately regretted their petty disputes and pleaded with with Lord of the Creatures, Daksha, to lift the curse till that the moon, lift the curse on Chandra, because Chandra had become hideous and decrepit and super duper weak, right? But they still loved their husband, but their impulsions and pettiness created hard times for the mind, right? Created suffering, and it's like, why would you want to curse me and vex me and all that? So now approaching the last days of light, you dig what I'm saying? So in that crescent moon phase, the moon had performed penance, tapasya, for Lord Shiva to help him as he had drowned within the ocean, right? So Lord Shiva, Mahasesh, or Mahadeva, is addicted. From that story, they was saying like he came to the moon because the Lord, he kind of addicted to delivering us from our sufferings. The mind is void of suffering. You dig what I'm saying? All you gotta do is think about the Lord. So he approaches the moon in his desolation. He scoops him up and he places him as a crescent moon shape on his head. And he tells Chandra that while I cannot lift the curse of consumption that was placed upon you by Daksha, because he is a lord of created beings, he has that type of strength. He can, however, promise that after the period of waning, his light will become a sliver again, and he will grow to be luminous once more, but it will always kind of like be waxing and waning. You dig what I'm saying? Now, if you listen to what I just said in that little brief story and shit like that, that's probably characteristic of what's going on currently, right? So motherfuckers might have was led by other individuals to, snitch or try to call an individual out about some, or try to break off some type of arrangement or partnership, right? And now they probably regretting that shit. They seeing how silly that was, because it's like, oh, I'm mad at you and I want you to suffer type shit. And then they suffer and you fucked up out there suffering. But now it's like, that nigga that person ain't even really, they not gonna look back. No bullshit. They not going backwards to, consider what could have been. It's like, no, once they found God, once God found them and they was all alone, you left that motherfucker for dead. You know what you did. On some petty shit, but it was some shit that you had shown, right? Because they was being impartial. They was treating Mercury wrong. So he was like, give you your taste of your own medicine. So now it's like, all right, well, I gotta go. I have to go somewhere where I can grow. I gotta go somewhere, somewhere that's more fertile, somewhere that's more supportive. You dig what I'm saying? I have to find an emotional anchor. There ain't gonna be no anchor that's stronger than the Lord. You feel me? So Moon find the Lord in this go around and stuff like that. You feel me? So Moon is the planet that lords over growth cycles, vegetation, and food. Taurus is the sign of food, possessions, values, right? Fixed earth means practical, grounded, stable, fertile because of the Venusian influence, that is the Empress. The mind desires nothing more than to be satisfied, to be in a state of peace, to be in a state of happiness and enjoyment, right? Taurus is a sign of enjoyment. Rohini is also a fertile star. It adds to the correspondence. So the things that we think about during this time, in the next 2 weeks, it's going to grow probably at an exponential rate. You dig what I'm saying? So towards the sign of family, it's probably like you thinking about your family. You just want to focus on the good things with family. The things that is more solid, firm with the family, right? So new moon has things about purpose, economy, community. Full moon, similarities, money and common, economy, partnership, the desire to unite with someone else. So the next 2 weeks are suggesting me and others, right? Or releasing others. Like you gonna realize, oh, I can grow with this motherfucker. We cool, we just like logged in or whatever. We gonna be fixed earth and and ground ourselves, be stable and not necessarily codependent upon one another, but seeking a certain, not dependency, but interaction. Like, like all things being fair and equal, people want to do business with their friends. All things being not so fair, not so equal, people still want to do business with their friends. Can you dig? So, Lord of Taurus, Venus, and like deep debilitation in this chart. Venus and Virgo brings the possibility for scandals, unusual attractions. You dig what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So, like one John I saying, it kind of was fucking my head up. I don't understand how people be justifying that, but I just see it's probably just some Venus and Virgo shit. And Shorty was like, I like this guy, but I wouldn't give him what I gave the guy that I don't even like. I didn't even like him that much, but I did this with him. Now the nigga that you do like, you won't allow him what you gave a nigga you didn't like. And it sound backwards as shit to me, because it's like, ew, I don't like nigga like, oh, funny, I kind of was dealing with a lot of shit, and I'm not trying to turn this into no therapy, but it's like, oh yeah, Shawty just realizes, like, not trying, it's like, man, fuck it, I got a vent. But yeah, Shawty, like, I'm like, I tell you what I want, but you don't want to do it because of whatever fears you got. But then I realized, all right, once we split, I can feel you dying to, like, pick any nigga to try to do some shit that I gave you the idea for. You dig what I'm saying? I really be fucked up about that shit. Like, ew. You see what I'm saying? Like, I be fucked up about the vanity that motherfuckers be doing. Like, motherfuckers really be trying to justify shit with their insecurities and shit. Like, bro, like I don't get that shit. I hate that shit. Then a motherfucker try to hold you back because of their insecurities, bro. And that's kind of what's going on with this shit. That kind of what's going on lately and shit. Like, a lot of motherfuckers realizing, like, oh, you was fucking with somebody that never wanted to see you grow too much. Like, no bullshit. Everything that you thought you was gonna grow in yourself was supposed to go to them. You think it's just weirdo shit, bro. I don't like how motherfuckers is acting lately. Like, no funny. Motherfuckers going through shit, but the way of the world is, oh, you going through something, you down? I'm gonna kick the shit out you too. That's how motherfuckers do. Like, no funny. I was fucking with some Aries, and that's their motto. Even if they fuck with you, if you down, they have to kick the shit out you. Like, they're not, no, you fucked up, I'm about to kick the shit out you. And it be all good, because I know y'all secrets. Y'all got the most craziest fucking amount of jealousy and envy amongst all the other signs, bro. They say Capricorn might deal with jealousy. I don't necessarily feel that. They say motherfucking Geminis might deal with that shit. Possibly, but I don't feel that. But I realize get that from Scorpios and Aries. I get that so bad, bruh. Sun is in Scorpio. So yeah, we gonna deal with some fucking themes and some vicious jealousy, vicious envy, vicious betrayal. Niggas try to hold you back cause they just like lack. It's just real. I don't like that. That shit's goofy, you know. And then another thing that's been coming up is the emotional labor, bro. Like, I've been like, I realize I be hurt sometimes when a bitch try to tell me what she gave me, and I'm like, you realize. You understand how much you fucking complain and you cry and you worry about the dumbest shit? You're not even knowing that the whole time you with me, the reason you feel good, the reason, a bitch skin clear up, the reason that a bitch start gaining a little bit of weight, swag is a little bit better and shit like that. It's just like, cause I'm holding a burden. Like, you not even realizing the burden of all your fucking, all the work it take to deal with you, to deal with y'all emotionally. Like, yeah, nigga, tired. I don't want to be around you. You're not, you feel me? It's fucked up. How the fuck can you be so goddamn possessive and you don't even really reciprocate that well? You dig what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, these niggas out, this Venus and Virgo shit, if niggas is really laced and observant, nigga, it's something very incredible you can come up on. I'm telling you, debilitated planets got a very strong lesson to give. Pay attention to that shit, dog. Like, that shit fucked up. The reciprocity is fucked up. Telling me what the fuck you gave, but I'm like, okay, you will make a list of all the negative shit somebody do. Moon and Taurus, you're only going to continue to grow in your negativity, you dumbass. Why don't you make a list of all the good shit a motherfucker did for you? No, you can't do that, because everybody is associating any motherfucking body they meet with somebody else that crossed them in life. It just be real goofy, bruh. Like, no funny. Niggas don't know how to let go. I was just told to let go, and it was, I was like, yeah, you right. With other people, you tell them that, they be like, can you tell me this? It's like, oh, well, look, if you don't let go of that shit, I'm letting go of you straight up and down. You don't let go of that shit, I'm letting go of you. I ain't got nothing to say. I hate that I gotta do you like everybody else. But you trying to do me like you do everybody else. It ain't gonna cut it. Stop it. You thought it would. You feel me? So there's auspiciousness between Moon and Venus in this chart. Once again, it really is only going to create luck for scandal. You dig what I'm saying? I'm kind of plotting on a nigga bitch now. I hate to say that, but it really ain't his bitch. I looked at that shit. I said, okay, that's one of those like cute, like just some cute shit. I was gonna call it something else, but we ain't gonna do all that, right? So things are realizing people that don't actually want you to grow, or the realization that one may need to do some growing up themselves. But that's just like been the case, because Saturn and Aquarius is just everybody need to grow up in a little, like, no funny, no bad. You dig what I'm saying? So Moon is opposite Mars. This is the planet of energy, action, eagerness, competitors. So this next half of the month could see us being more energized, more eager, prone to competitions or conflict or some shit like that. You dig what I'm saying? Squish that. Alright, we're gonna talk about Sabian symbols. So this is the 11 for Taurus, is refinement of the ego, concentration of the mind on developing a mature sense of self, constructing a beautiful personality. Moon represent mind, personality, Taurus is beautiful things. Taurus is stable, and because it's earth, it'll help to construct, it'll provide a certain foundation. So Moon and Rohini would say that motherfucker would wanna establish their foundation of themselves in a very practical, grounded way, in a way that enables one to grow. You dig what I'm saying? So that's a woman sprinkling water on flowers. You feel me? Things you want to grow. Give me all the way down. This one is 11 for Scorpio. That's all for one and one for all. There is an inherent attitude of willingness to take care of strangers in danger that defines our humanity. Readiness to care for others of our species. So motherfucker drowning maybe this month, you might have found out some shitty kind of news, or maybe you or your friend or somebody kind of going through tough times, like barely keeping their head above water and things of that nature. You dig what I'm saying? It could be beneficial to help them. You dig what I'm saying? You could accumulate some myrrh. You just sit up there, just reach out. This just could be reaching out. Right? Reaching out to somebody, watering those, the things that sprout and grow because of that, the purpose to reach out, man. Fuck. That's no bullshit. Shit, y'all like be tough. Niggas kind of out this jump trying to figure it out, man. I ain't going back. You dig what I'm saying? I'm in the wheel. So this jump right here, so this the yoni, cause they got serpent yoni and shit. But this banyan tree has aerial roots. You dig what I'm saying? So shit that's in your mind, like it's suspended in the air, mind, thoughts, whatever that, right? Sit up there and can just like come down, root, make manifest on the ground. Like your thoughts really can grow into something and grow into something stable. You feel me? In alchemy, we got sulfur, right? That's like this with the little cross on the bottom. We got sulfur, that's the soul, that's like the cause of things, the archetypes. Then we got Mercury, right? That's the mind, that's the spirit, that's the thing that interacts with those archetypal images and energies, able to communicate with that and translate that into a concrete form, which is represented by salt. Salt is the body or the structure of a thing, right? The crystallization of the whatever condensated from the mind. You dig what I'm saying? So I did like that because this is the tree for Rohini. Alright, man, that PPV for VAULT, full moon and Taurus jump. I kept that jump to less than 30 minutes. You dig what I'm saying?